Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria Rose and this is my first video, so I kind of just want to tell you guys what my channel is going to be about. It's going to be about story times and like paranormal, creepypastas, stuff like that. So with that, let's start with my first story time. So this happened like my junior year of high school, or going into my junior year. Yeah, because I hadn't moved in with my mom yet. So I went camping with my best friend and her family, and we drove like an hour and a half like into the woods, and we ended up finally getting there after a really long time. And it was like a really pretty place. Like there was like the lake and the mountains and all the trees, and it was really pretty. And once we got there, we started like setting up our campsite. Like the three girls, so it was me, my best friend, and her cousin. We all were in the tent. And so after we set up our tent, we were helping her parents back up the pop-up trailer. Like, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a trailer and you like have to crank it to like make it go up. It's cute. It's like really nice because you're like in a tent, but you're not. And so we were like helping them set it up, and her dad's like, hey, can like somebody help me like move the van or something like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I did not know how to drive at the time. Like, he was like trying to teach me how to like drive. Like, it was bad. Like, I was driving with like both my feet. Like, it was weird. Like, you know how you're supposed to only like drive with like one foot, like one's on the gas and like it goes to the brake? Yeah. So I was driving with like both of my feet. Like, my left one was on the brake, my right one was on the gas. And like, it was bad. Like, I almost killed like me and my best friend. Like, no, it was horrible. But I'm a lot better now, guys. Like, trust me. And so we finally did it, and her dad's like, get out, Victoria. And I'm like, okay. And so we finally got it all like situated, all done. And like we like started to eat and like actually like camp after it was all set up. And then like that night, we were like, us three girls were like in our tent, and it was like not too far away from like the trailer pop-up. And like us three girls, like we were all like having a good time, and then like we finally fell asleep. It was like midnight, like 1 in the morning, like when we fell asleep. And I don't sleep good, so sleeping on the hard ground, I slept like shit. And like I heard something, I was like, oh no. And it like slid down the hill, because there was like a hill behind like our tent, and it was like horrible. Like, it was this huge hill, and I like heard something slide down the hill, and I was like, oh my god, like what is this? And then like got to our tent, and like when it slid down, like you can hear all three of us girls just slide further down into our tent. Like, we were too tired to like care. But in the morning we just found out it was like a bullfrog. Like, it was just a frog, but it was like, it sounded huge. And then the next day, me and my best friend walked up to like the outhouse. Like, you had to like walk up this hill to get to the outhouse. And I guess like whoever like runs like that park, like the state park, like just had it cleaned. And I was like, okay. So like I didn't want to like touch the toilet seat, so like I took my shoe, like my foot, and I was like holding it with like my sandal. Like, my sandal was getting held by like my foot, like when you like curl your toes. Jeez, I can't talk. Like, so you can like hold them better. Yeah, I did that. But my sandal fell off into the toilet. Like, and I couldn't just like reach down and like grab it. No, it was like an outhouse. So if you guys don't know what like an outhouse is, it's like a toilet like over like a huge hole. And so thank God they just cleaned it. But that's besides the point. Like, I'm not gonna reach down in the hole. It was like a 10-foot hole anyway, so I wouldn't be able to reach it if I wanted to. So yeah, my shoe fell off into the toilet on day 2. Oh man, I was so mad. And so my friend is using the other stall. Like, there was like a wall, and so there was like you had to go out and then into like the other one. My friend was using that one. I bust open the door, and I'm like, oh my god, my shoe fell off. And she's sitting on the toilet with her like pants down and everything. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And she just starts busting up laughing, and I'm like, this is no laughing matter. Like, my shoe is in the toilet. And she's like, can I finish going to the bathroom? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So then, mind you, I still haven't gone like to the bathroom or like anything, and I'm like so mad, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? And so like I didn't want to like pee on my shoes, so I like waited until she was done to like go over and like pee, and then we like both walked. Like, I had to like hop down the hill because I didn't want like my feet to touch like the ground, because that's gross. Like, I don't know, I'm like weird about that. Like, I don't want to like have my feet touch the ground because I don't know what's like been there. And so I'm like hopping down this hill, and like my friend's like helping me like keep my balance, so she's like has her arm like underneath me to like help me. And I'm like, Mom. And I would call like her mom because she was like my mom. I'm like, Mom, guess what just happened? She was like, what? And I was like, my shoe fell into the toilet. And she just starts busting up laughing, and her brother's like, how did that happen? And I'm like, I don't know, it just happened. She's like, oh, well, did you bring an extra pair of shoes? No, I didn't. Like, I think I just like brought my sandals and like a pair of like tennis shoes, I think, but I don't remember because it's been so long. But I think it was just my sandals, because I remember having to wear like her mom's sandals like when I would like go places. No, I did bring an extra pair of shoes because we went hiking. So, but I would like wear her mom's sandals like when she wasn't wearing them. And she was like, well, here, just use my shoes. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks, Mom. And then the next day, that night, me and my friend and her cousin, we were asleep again. Like, it was like a really windy day that day. It was like abnormally windy. Well, I guess not normally windy, like it was pretty windy, like where we are anyway. But that night was just like super, super windy. And like we were all sleeping, and then all of a sudden, like, my friend like hears like her dad like running, and we're like, what? And like he is just running after our like pop-up like thing, like our pop-up shade, like, you know what those are, like the canopy, the pop-up canopies. It was like going down like our like little area, like it got picked up by the wind, and he's like running like after it, and like he had to like drag it back. Like we like were laughing so hard, and we thought we had like secured it, but I guess not, we didn't secure it enough, and it was like hilarious. And then the next morning, like us 5 kids, I think it was us 5 kids, no, 4, because it was me, my best friend, her cousin, and then her little brother, or like my best friend's little brother, just like my little brother. And we went like hiking, but it wasn't really like hiking, it was more just like adventuring. Like, yeah, we were like adventuring, and there was like where we were, like the lake was like in front of us, and so there was like a lot of rocks, like huge like boulders, but there was like a lot of them, so like a lot. So like the lake was in front of us, but there was like an arm, like a creek by it, so there was like rocks on both sides, and then like rocks going up the lake. And so we were like, oh, let's go like rock climbing, let's go like go hiking. And so we did, and like I could not make it as far as them because I'm a little fatty, but like we were like climbing, we were having a good time, and I was like, wait for me, like I'm slow, and I hurt my ankle. Like, how much worse can this camping trip get? But it was still really fun. It was really, really fun. But I hurt my ankle, so I had to like gimp back. Thank God I didn't have to go in the water. But like we had to like get me back, and I was like, Mom, I hurt my ankle, like really hurts. And my ankle was like swollen. Thank God she had like little ice, like the little blue like ice packs that you get from like a doctor's office. And thank God she had all this. So like wrapped my foot, like elevated it, stayed in like the little pop-up trailer, and I was just chilling while they were like having a good time. And I ended up having to like play cards and like play games. Like I still had fun, like, but my ankle was hurt, so I didn't have that much fun. And then the next day, like, we left. So I was like, wow, that was a lot of fun, but I lost my shoe. So I get home and I go up to my father, like my biological dad. And I'm like, I lost a shoe. And he was like, how? And then I told him the story, and he just started busting up laughing. He was like, okay, I guess we have to get you new sandals. And I was like, okay. So that was my first story time. Hope you guys liked it. Subscribe down below and like it so you can keep getting updates on my life. I'm pretty busy all the time. Like, I work and go to school, so can't give you a guaranteed time the next time you will see me, but I promise I won't be looking like this. Like, I'll be looking better. I just got back from a workout, so I didn't want to put a whole lot of stuff on after I showered, and I have to go to work later, so it's really no point. But subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.